Hey everybody, it's Natalie Gold with the Gold Standard, and I'm here today with a dear friend of mine, Kim D. Hey Kim.
Hey, how are you, Natalie?
I'm
I'm so
doing
excited.
great. I'm so excited to be with you. And this woman doesn't need an introduction, but for those of you who have been living under a rock for a few years, Kim D, as she's known, has been on the Real Housewives of New Jersey for 8 years. She was on the premiere of Botched, and she also did the Vivaca J. Fox show, Face the Truth. She owns Posh by Kim D and Posh Mind and Body Spa. She's a motivational speaker, and has three Posh fashion shows. And Kim is just a wonderful human being. I mean, I know her heart. She protects animals, has so many rescue dogs, right, that she takes in. And just an amazing lady. So, Kim, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me. My pleasure.
It's always so wonderful to be with you. And Kim, look, you have two businesses in New Jersey. Jersey shut down, and your story is one of survival.
Yes. So for anyone who doesn't know, I did have two businesses. Of course, I think most people know that have watched the show. Like I had Posh.
Right.
So Posh is kind of iconic. Posh is an international name, especially the way I spell it. It was like, all my fashion shows were the number one rated shows on New Jersey. So it was a really difficult decision when I had to close one of my places because of COVID. But a friend of mine who's an engineer and a designer said, why don't you close Posh and move it across, because I had two businesses right across the street from each other, a spa, and I had a big back room. She said, you're crazy. You're paying these rents. You can't even be open. We don't know what's going to happen. So I took her, I took her up on it, and she made a beautiful boutique in the back. I am not open yet. I want to take a little time for myself. And I closed Posh. It was really sad, but I had no choice. I couldn't make a spa out of a boutique, but I could put a boutique in a spa.
And it makes total sense to me, right? I mean, you still have your two businesses. They're just now housed under one house, which is easier for you. Why do you have to be spreading yourself thin, going back and forth, and paying two rents?
Listen, and they were right across the street from each other.
Right.
So when people were at the spa and I was across the street at Posh, they wanted to be where I was. So now I'll be there, and I'll be able to handle the spa situation and my boutique. So, it was sad when I had to do it. And when I'm at my spa, I look across the street. I'm not open, but I'm, doing my work there, preparing. And my awning is still up across the street. It's like, oh my God. But listen, God works in mysterious ways. And I still have my businesses. Like you said, I still have my fashion shows. Still selling clothes, which is my passion. And it's all good. It's all good.
So Kim, look, a lot of people who might have seen Real Housewives of New Jersey don't necessarily know, I think, the real you.
I think I agree with you.
And the way, and the fact is that both of us, having done a lot of TV, and you a lot more than me, we get painted as a certain portrait for the show. And I want, you to tell us like who you really are as a human being, because the woman I know is so gracious, so generous, so loving. And I want everyone else to know that Kim also.
Thank you, Natalie. Well, there's two sides. I love my animals. A lot of people know this. I have 8 dogs. Some, believe it or not, were gifts from my boyfriend who had passed away, years ago, and then I still have it, and the rest were rescues. And I still do rescue. I do a lot of rescues. I can't take them in and then rescue them out because I can't, once I take them in, I can't, give them to someone else. So I do a rescue from afar. I share the pictures, I make my clothes. That's my real passion now. I would really like to eventually, get a little farm in this area, in the suburban area, but that's my real passion. With that said, on the show, when I was on the show, I was portrayed as a villain. If I had to choose, to be a villain or a victim. If those were my only two choices, I would choose villain every time. I can't stand victim. Like I feel sorry for people, but I never want someone to feel sorry for me. So I'd rather be the villain. And if you watch TV throughout the years, not playing Gallus, all those fun shows, you remember who the villain was, you know. So I still have so many followers that are like, you're an icon, we want you back. We knew when you showed up it was drama, but it was real drama. And it was truth. I never lied on the show. And I never hit first. So my thing is, I'm your best friend. I will do anything for anyone. And like my friends will tell you, you can see from my social media that I have a lot of strong women friends. But, you know, if someone's going to do something to me or try to hurt me, you know, I'm going to hit you once so you don't come back up. I mean, that's just my way. That's the way I was raised. Especially if you disrespect me, you know, I'm going to give it right back to you. But someone has to do something pretty terrible to me for me to, you know, fight back. That was my place on the show. That was my truth. They wanted me to bring the truth. And, you know, again, I never hit first. With that said, then what a lot of people do not know that when I did Botched, my true story came out about losing my boyfriend. 13 years I was with him, the love of my life. And they were like, wow, really? I'm like, yeah, because I kept my private life private. And they saw the other side of me, you know, a softer side. I did have some health issues that I went through that, you know, thank God Dr. DePaola found certain things and helped me and explained to me that what he found in my breast came from my immune system being shut down from a thyroid issue. You know, all these things that you just don't know. So with that, then I did the Vivaca Fox show, and more came out because it was based the truth, because I haven't really dated. It's been 7 years. Haven't really been with anyone else, and they're like, you got to be kidding me. I said, no. People don't understand. When you get divorced, it's one thing, okay? When you break up, it's another thing. But when you're with someone for 13 years and they pass away, and that was really your soulmate to love, you're like, you don't just move right on. You don't move on. So if anyone wants to know about someone's character, my love of animals, the fact that, you know, I'm still in love with my boyfriend of 13 years, 7 years later, and all you have to do is see, well, I have beautiful friends. I'm with my mother all the time. My mother's 84.
I love that. I love the pictures of Dottie.
All the time. All the time. Everyone knows who she is. They know from the show. They're like, your mother's gorgeous, 84, no facelift. You know, she looks beautiful. So
she is beautiful.
That's really who I am, and I'm kind of private. Like, I'm at home all the time with my dogs.
And your businesses and running stuff. I mean, you're working hard all the time.
All the time. I'm always promoting my, like, when we were in lockdown, and the real lockdown part, I really didn't have, I had a website, but I never really pushed it, you know, because I was always at the store. That's what I worked on. You know, I found a lovely girl, Barbie McQueen. She's out in LA, and she really helped me with the website, and we really did well, and I start picking up. So I didn't just sit back. At first it was frozen. Like, I think we were all frozen. Having both my businesses shut down the end of February, Bergen County was one of the first ones to go down. I was in shock. I'm like, I guess the first, you know, couple weeks you're like, what? And then when another week turns into another week and a month, you know, you just don't know what you're going to do next. So I did get my website up and running, which maybe you'll, you know, let everyone know what the
Absolutely.
It is www.poshbykimd. It's easy. It's poshbykimd.com. So a lot of people started DMing me on Instagram because I started promoting a little bit more. And then I was doing cameos. And then my girlfriend says, you know, you're one of the top 10 cameo people. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, really? But you just can't, people don't forget, you know, that you were on the show. And they start realizing that when I was on the show, not to knock the show now, but it was real. You know, and they knew when I came on, it was real. So now they're saying, you know what? We want you back because it was real then. They go, I don't think that's going to happen because, you know, I don't think Teresa wants me back. But they're starting to, like, call me an icon, and I'm starting to do more cameos. So what I'm getting at is, like, when one door closes, kind of like another one creeps around and opens.
Always.
So, you know, yeah, you know, but you can't give up. You can't give up. So when I do my speeches, I got a lot to give because I've been through divorce. I've been through death. I've lost a business. I've gained a business. I've been on TV. So when people come to me for advice, I come with them kind of, I've been there, done that.
You come very real and authentic and say, look, like, I'm not just telling you stuff I read in a book. I'm telling you my life.
Exactly. Many losses, many losses. I have a 31-year-old son. He just lost his best friend recently, which was like a son to me. Lost my father, lost my stepfather, lost my wife. So I know, again, loss too. So I could hit any realm, So I really want to get into that again. I really want to do some more inspirational speaking. I want to do some events at the new spot at a beautiful.
Is TV in the cards, Kim?
Yeah. Well, if I was asked again, I love doing it. I loved doing the Vivaca show. It was so much fun. The doctors, Dr. DePaola and Dr. Nathan, were lovely. The E Channel, lovely people. Bravo gave me my start, but they treat people a little bit differently. Bravo and Cyrus. When you get to work with other networks, you see, the different way you're treated. Although they gave me my start, they made Kim D an international name. You don't even have to type in my last name, So kudos to them, and I'll always love Bravo for that. I love Andy Cohen.
I love him too. Can we do like a 3-way conversation?
Listen, he cracks me up because when I run into him, he's like, Kim D's here. Kim D, and I can't believe he's saying like I'm here because he likes to party and have a good time, and I'm always up for that. So I ran into him at 54 Below before the shutdown, and I saw him do a video like, Kim D's in the house. Like, it was so cute to see that. And he's always bringing up Posh. Last year, I dressed up as Madonna, and we tweeted a video to him, and Bravo came to him and asked him, who did it better, Kim D as Madonna or Kim K as Elle Woods? And he goes, oh, hands down, Kim D. I'm like, what? I can't believe, but I think he clearly likes me and respects me, and I adore him. So I'm up. I would like to do, there's one show they're doing at New York called Worst Cooks in America. I'm putting it out there right now. I would love to do that show.
There we go. Here we go. Kim D in the house.
In the universe, Natalie.
I think that show would that's hysterical. And my husband would probably agree that, but I don't even want to step foot there because that is crazy. But I'm going to support you on that show, Kim. And I can't. I love it.
Out there. Listen, someone came to me a while ago. It was a couple of years ago. And they're like, oh my God, you were the producer. You would be so perfect for that show. And I was like, well, put me in for it. And, there was some talk, but then it never came to fruition. But I'm like, that is so perfect. I think we would combat heads in a good way.
Yeah.
And it's in New York. So New York is my favorite place. I mean, you live in New York, right, Natalie?
So actually, I'm now in Colorado. I've been New York, LA, Miami, but now we're hunkered down with COVID.
Listen, and you know what? I don't mean to get like a downer, but New York is my favorite place. And I'm brokenhearted, with what's going on. I just really hope that, New Yorkers are strong.
Yes.
And I saw the Countess just do a video on her Instagram. Like, New York is making a comeback. I'm sitting outside, and I love Countess. I love Luann. She's a sweetheart. And, I'm like, I hope it does.
I hope so too.
Hope it does.
That will always be my home.
I'm a Jersey girl, but New York is right over the bridge. I used to go once a week, twice a week. I'm not going right now. I'm still following all the rules with COVID. And when I've been going to restaurants, I sit outside. Now New Jersey's 25% in. As soon as Connecticut opened, I was there. But listen, this is a sad situation, and with all the deaths. But I'm just hoping that now that they have the remdesivir, and they're doing so much testing, I'm hoping that we're kind of turning the curve.
I hope so too.
That's what I see.
Kim, and then, if you could give advice to a person who might be watching this, who is coming up and either wants to start a business like you have done multiple times, or has a dream of being a TV personality like you have done, what is the advice that you would give to them?
Well, first of all, you have to, persevere, and you have to be tenacious. If you want something, you have to go for it. Listen, I'm not one to say anything about the economy. I'm going to make a prediction, okay? I believe next year the economy is going to boom, okay? Right now, all the rents are dirt cheap.
Right.
You want to open up a business, and you believe in yourself, and you believe in what business, whatever it is, whether you're a hairdresser, whether you want a boutique, whatever you want to do. I personally think, even though people are nervous about COVID, my friend's got a lease for $1,400 a month because no one would rent it, and she's doing eyelashes, okay? So when you wear the mask, what do you see? Your eyebrows and your eyelashes. The eyelash business is crazy. The microblading is crazy. You know, there's so many businesses to get into, and the stock market is booming. My personal opinion is go for it now. Go for it now. If we're out of COVID by November after the election, you got the holidays coming up. People will start shopping, browse, this, that. If I were someone, I would look for the best rent right now, the best lease, and give it a shot. As far as TV is concerned, you know, right now it's tough. A friend of mine is a stand-in. She's an actress and a model. They're not really filming too much right now.
No, it's a totally different world. It really is. And people come to me and they say, how have you gotten the press you've had? How have you done? And I said, look, right now is your time to press pause and get your assets in order, because the truth is many of these bookers, producers, they were let go from these networks.
Correct. Yes.
So
all the actors, think of this, the theater, no one's really filming anything right now. My friend just got a job. Okay, my very good friend Kristen, everyone sees her all over my social media. You should see, first of all, she has to get a COVID test 2-3 times a week. So every time she has to go on the set, she has a COVID test the day before, okay? Which they've updated. You don't have to stick that thing full like that was insane. Now, you know, she said it's a lot easier. The gear that she has to wear all day, just as a stand-in, she said someone fainted and got to the hospital. You know, it's not easy. So, like, it's just not easy. As far as reality shows, just like what I did, and I just put it out there, listen, I'd love to do Worst Cook. You know, I mean, if you hear someone, like they come to towns, they come into the city, go for it. Go for it and make a video and send it to them. And what happens is, even with Bravo, when they interview you, if you don't get that job, they'll use your video, and they put it in the archives. So when another show comes up, they'll watch you or they'll watch me and see who's going to work for the show. So, you know, I truly believe, listen, I light my lavender candle every day. And when I light it, I put out into the universe. I'm very, very putting it into the universe.
Of course.
Positive energy, right? And don't give up. And I truly believe you're going to open up a business. It's a good time to do it, but make sure you get a great lease and get locked in at a great price, you know?
Absolutely.
Hey, listen, even with apartments in New York are like 2 bedrooms are going for $2,500. You got some money, go for it. Stay in your suburbs, get your apartment, and wait till this all passes, because it will pass. We both know that. It's going to
Amen. As they always say, as it is in the Bible, this too shall pass.
Yeah. Oh, I agree 100%. 100%. So, listen, I say go for it now. You know, again, I'm waiting. My place is sitting here. I'm paying the rent. I'm doing other things to get the money to pay the rent to keep it going. And November, I'm going to make a full comeback with both places. I just don't feel it's the right time to open up my spa. You know what? It's just not the right
Kim,
time.
when the time is right, I cannot wait to see you continue to soar.
Thank you. Thank you. And I will. Like, I'll go in there when I feel, even like when I was home in COVID, I promoted only a certain amount. And because I felt like, oh my God, like people, like when we first started, you know, people are so sick right now. People are scared to death. I don't want to be like, oh, Posche, I can't.
Right.
You know, outfit of the day. You know, my outfit of the day was I would go from one pajamas to another. So, you know, that was my outfit of the day. So my pajamas, I'll give them a shout out. But you know, I didn't feel comfortable. But I feel now people should do that, because you need to give people hope. I do when I go out. Outfit of the day, outfit of the night. Go out, enjoy yourself. I do cameos to say happy birthday to people. Like, listen, I hope you have plans. Go out. Go outside. If you're allowed to be outside, go outside. If you have to wear a mask going to the bathroom, wear your mask. But go celebrate because you got through it.
Celebrate our life. We have a life. We're living.
Have a life. You're living. If your mom's still there, if your father, if you have your parents, enjoy every moment of them. Because look how many people lost them during, I mean, it was horrible. They couldn't even see them. So be blessed now that you still have them. You know, and you know what else that I loved? So many people adopted dogs. So many people adopted animals during this time. I just hope they keep them now, But I was loving that. I saw like so many of my friends go, well, this is the perfect time because I could train them. I could spend all the time with them. That was really smart if you did want an animal. So if you're still unlocked and you're still in COVID and you're lonely, the best thing to do is adopt an animal who's lonely too.
Wow.
So
I love it. I love it, Kim. And you always give your whole heart and soul. I can't wait to see the continued success of your businesses, of everything you're doing. I'm supporting you always. And thank you so much for joining us here today.
You're very welcome. And I follow everything you do too. I'm always hitting like on all your stuff. I love it. I love that you asked me to do this. I don't do it. I really don't. But I would never. I couldn't wait to come on and see you and tell you how proud I am of you and what you're doing also.
Thank you so much, Kim. It means the world. Sending you love.
Sending you love.